Hey, what's up, light and crispy virgin gang? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good. Today's Bromeo card of the day is going to be none other than Mustard. Yes, Mustard, the man, the myth, the hunk right here. He has 6 full art cards if you count rainbows, because I collect all the trainers. So technically 6. Has a couple nice little ones featuring him in his youth and in his prime right there. So Isle of Armor was a great DLC. I highly recommend you play it. Responsible for giving Leon his Charmander and all that stuff, and the good champion, just a character that people pull and they're just unhappy with the card. Personally, I like Mustard. I like Urshifu. I thought it was a good DLC. Different opinions, different stuff. I want to talk about something that I saw floating around. A couple other YouTubers already kind of talked about. Dustymon did a really good video on it. I highly recommend you go check it out. I thought it hit it on the nail pretty quick. It was a pretty good fucking video. I recommend it. So, Pokemon, right? Scarlet and Violet. I've been cracking into the English. Yes, I'm a Japanese card collector, but because of those prices, because I don't want to go over there and basically be like, well, that's all I'm getting. I buy these cards, I buy a couple boxes, and that's all my fun money for the pay. Basically, gonna have to go over there and sell some blood and semen if I want some extra. I just don't want to do that. Not what I want to do. It's cool, do your thing, but it's the Japanese market's not for me right now. So I went over to English, actually got a couple of the Scarlet and Violet products. It was pretty good. I opened up a booster box, opened up a couple of the booster box cases or the booster pack bundles. It's like the weird little box with 6 fucking packs in it. Couple of ETBs. The ETBs were not as good to me as everything else, but they were still alright. Still got a couple pulls. Overall, super pumped. It was a nice set. The rarities, the stars kind of threw me for a loop. I had to go look at that stuff. Once again, transitioning from Japanese. They still got the secret rare, the ultra rare, all the fudgy delicious good rares. So looking at that kind of threw me for a loop. But overall, good stuff, right? People are enjoying it. The collectors are having a good time. People aren't having to overpay. There's plenty of product. The singles are kind of stabilizing at a good price. And overall, players, you're not having to break their backsit cards for the next Scarlet and Violet meta. The Gardevoir and a couple other ones are looking pretty good for shaping that up. Miraidon especially, too. And it's shaping to be a good time. Some people, however, are not fucking happy. They are pissed. They are just raising up some pitchforks, and ultimately their pitchforks are golden and made of money because, yes, it's the investor bros, once again, that are mad about this stuff. Not every investor bro, of course. There's some people that are having a good time. And let me throw this out there. Not every money page is bad either. There's some people that have legitimate things where it comes to actually looking at cards, trends, what they like to collect, some of the prices that move up and down in the future. So just because money escapes your mouth doesn't mean you're bad. Plenty of people talked about money before and it was never a problem, but there are some people that take that shit way too far, and we've all seen what that looks like. Anyway, the investor bros are fucking pissed at Scarlet and Violet base set, which is arguably one of the better base sets that we've had. Some people didn't like Sun and Moon, Sword and Shield. I like those a good little bit, especially with like some of the throwbacks to other Pokemon. You know, you had your Snorlax, your Lapras, your Espeon, Umbreon, all that good stuff. And people are just fucking pissed because, like, this set is good, but those pull rates are kind of crazy. Like, if you get a booster box, you're almost guaranteed to get an SAR, which is the special illustrator rare, which are the nice alternate art Pokemon and trainers and all that shit. You're basically guaranteed. Like, you get the box, and it's like, there you go, man. I don't know what you're going to get. You might get Spidops. You might get Miriam. Both of them are still good cards. But speaking of that Miriam, you know that card that was like $800, $900 in Japanese? And people are like, yeah, case fucking premium for that shit, dog. Woo! Yeah, it's like 60, 70 bucks in English. That just goes to show you how, like, the Japanese prices is just through the roof right now, whether that be for collecting, quality, or manipulation. I mean, who can say what that's for, right? I mean, who... It's just a $900 modern card. Who fucking... But anyway, they're mad because, like, they're printing too many of the good cards. They're too easy to pull. They're not good because there's no chase. There's no thrill of the hunt or anything like that anymore. It's just, I can't sell these cards for super high prices because Pokemon's just printing too much product and it's hurting the businesses that sell single cards and blah, 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 blah. Look, I'm sorry, I don't wish ill on anybody's business or anything like that, but I find it very funny that some of the businesses that were like kicking shit off and like making tons and tons of money from 2020, Champions Path and above, basically going through making these high singles and taking product maybe on the side and selling that either for high packs on whatnot or doing it through their booster shops and all that stuff because, like, you know, support small business, which I do, but some small businesses were taking advantage of some people's kindness. I'll just say that. The overcharging on certain things was absolutely ridiculous, especially with how much there was of some product. It's ridiculous, okay? I don't feel bad that some people just can't sell Scarlet and Violet singles for as much as they were able to sell. Some of the Sword and Shield Altar Art Pokemon, like Umbreon, VMAX, like, that was like one of those things where it's like, yeah, that's a very expensive card because people want it, but it is modern. It is printed to hell. There are so many PSA 10s of that card. And people, for some fucking reason, are just like, this is the card to invest. It might be. It might not be. Investors, collectors, and players, all their mentalities change what cards they like. But I do find it kind of funny that people that were making just a boatload of money for 2 years are all of a sudden pissed that collectors and players are now not, we don't have to go through you anymore. We don't have to be like, oh, well, I better go to my card shop and get this stuff. I open like 12 boxes of Evolving Skies and Umbreon VMAX just keeps eluding me. No, if you open a couple boxes of Scarlet and Violet, you got a good shot at pulling your chase. You really fucking do. It's beautiful. And like I said, kids are having a good time. Players aren't having to fucking break their backs looking for playable cards anymore. And it's just, it's good. And the only people it's hurting are the people that should have been saving money that they were making for 2 years off overcharging. Look, big G baller. I know like some of y'all are making some big money and you're complaining. If you didn't save that money, you're an idiot. I'll just, very plain and simply, you're stupid if you didn't save any of that money thinking that the Pokemon hype was going to be fucking forever. And look, really, truly, if you want to make that money, you should probably go over to Japanese, right? You should probably make that whole transitional swing that everyone's just basically on board with all of a sudden, where you can just charge $180 for a booster box. I can charge like $1,800 for a PSA 10 modern card. You know, that sounds pretty fucking cool, right? They just do that stuff. Or you can be one of those scumbags that's like upcharging Korean boxes for $150 over on Whatnot. You should not do that, by the way, but there are people doing it. There's something over there for you. Like, if you're not having fun with English, I don't care. Like, sorry. Back of the line, bub. There's people that are having fun with it, and people don't have to go through it. And honestly, I don't really care. The players and the collectors were getting fucked for 2 years, and it's finally good to see some of those guys just getting to taste their own medicine. I can't sell this for a whole lot. Oh, booty boo hoo hoo. This set's mid because it's not odd value. Oh, go. Yeah, well, a lot of people don't think it's mid. A lot of people think this is great. It's arguably one of the better base sets that we've ever gotten, and just the sheer just panic mode that I see in some of the investors is just hilarious, because it's like this is forever or something. This is just what it's going to be. Hey, what'd you guys say? Pokemon comes and goes in waves. Sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down. Whoa. And now that it's down, they're just going full baby gaga wawa mode over here, acting like kids opening packs and getting chase cards for the cheap is just a bad thing all of a sudden, when honestly, they should have made their money and their funds from previous sets that were selling for $200, $300 a fucking booster box at one point. So I don't fucking know. I don't know. They're just not having a good time anymore. I think that's stupid. Once again, Dustymon did a really good thing about that. It's, I don't have any sympathy for those guys. I don't wish ill upon your business. I really don't. But honestly, the fact that it's finally in the hands of the people, it's in the hands of the players and the collectors, and they're having fun with this stuff and pulling better quality cards than they ever have gotten before in English, and they just look great. They're not super fucking challenging to pull based off of like any of that stuff. Like, who wants to spend $5,000 to pull a $500 card looking for it for fucking boxes? I'm sure somebody does. The average collector does not have the money to do that. They don't have the chance, and honestly, Modern has always been the fair man's card, okay? Y'all had Vintage for a long fucking time, just hyping that stuff up. Whoa, $100,000 Charizard! But now they want $100,000 Umbreon VMAXs and $100,000 Miriam cards. And they can't make it happen. Oh well, booty hoo-hoo, go away. You're not having fun, go away. It's that simple. Go the fuck away if you're not having fun. Go make YouTube videos complaining about it. You're well in your right to do so. I'm well in my right to tell you you're a big fucking baby, and unfortunately, I don't care. Scarlet and Violet's great. I'm glad people are enjoying it. The pull rates are awesome, and like I said, pulled so many good cards without even having to like break the bank or anything like that. It didn't even open that much product. Got a lot of good stuff, and a lot of people are just having fun, which is what Pokemon should fucking be about. Not so much about the money all the goddamn time. I don't know. That's all I got. See you later, virgins.